All right, what's up, y'all? So today, I want to talk about the Bloodline, not the OG Bloodline, the Bloodline 2.0. I don't like them. In fact, I disliked them. I don't want to say hate because Jacob Fatu is there, and he helped this group in ways that even I don't even know yet. You know, um, but we're gonna start at the first three, okay? So let's just start at the least of them all, Tongaloa. What does he do? What does he do? Does anyone leave in the comments? Send me a text message, a smoke signal. What does Tonga Loa do? They've been trying to allude that he's the new wise man after they took out Paul Heyman. He hasn't said a wise word yet. How wise is he? He doesn't wrestle well. He doesn't talk. He doesn't say. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there and looks like he's gonna throw up. He don't look menacing. He don't look scary. He looks like he about to throw up everywhere with a ass suit on, trying to look cool. What does Tonga Loa do? Are there any Tonga Loa diehard fans in anywhere in the world? Please let me know. Because what does he do? I'm not gonna jump too much on the botches because every wrestler botches. I just want to know what he does that is going to benefit the bloodline today, tomorrow, or the next day. Then you got Tamatanga. Intense. Explosive. A tiny bit charismatic. From what I know, he had a lot more intensity and charisma in New Japan. And of course, when you come over to World Wrestling Entertainment, they form you to work the way they want you to work. So essentially, they stripped Tamatanga of all of that to where now he doesn't talk much. He just goes in the mic, you know. They took his gun stun finisher away, which was really just like a jumping cutter, because I assume they don't want his finisher and Randy Orton's finisher being on the same show and may confuse the fans. I understand that. They gave him a jumping pay dirt. You know, I hate that. I just, the finisher itself is bad to me. But I see why Tamatanga is there. And then you get to Solo Sikoa. Now, you know, I want to talk about Jacob before I get to Solo, because Solo, I might take a little bit longer. Jacob Fatu, I am so happy he's in this group. I'm so happy he's in this group. At the time of me recording this, Hikuleo is also signed with the WWE. So I don't know if he's going to be on Solo side. I don't know if he's going to Roman side. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about him right now because he has not been put on camera yet. Jacob Fatu is amazing. I've known about Mans for about a year and a half now. I saw this. He looks like Roman Reigns 2.0. Funny enough. He looks like a Roman Reigns that's just a little bit bigger, but can also do a moonsault whatever he wants to. He's 10 times more intense. His promo skills are excellent. He's one of those wrestlers that makes you forget that wrestling isn't real. Excuse me. He's one of those wrestlers that makes you feel like this is like actually happening in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He's like that. He is professional wrestling. I'm so happy he's in this group, because if he was not in this group would have nothing for me. Nothing. And then you get the Solo Sikoa. Now, my issue with Solo is starts in NXT. Because when he was in NXT, he was one of the mainstays in the 2.0 era. He had a gimmick. He was the street champ. His name was Solo, so he went solo. He didn't have a group. He was there alone. He had charisma. They let him talk. He always could wrestle. And the people cared about him. And then someone on the main roster had the bright idea of saying, hey, let's move him to the main roster. Okay, cool. This Solo person, let's make him not Solo anymore, but still name him Solo. Okay, let's make him the enforcer for the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Okay. Solo's crowning moment, of course, the big spike to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Roman Spear, 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns retains. Or you could say when he first debuted and made sure that Drew McIntyre lost at Clash of the Castle. You know, two big crowning moments I could think of. Another one when he defeated John Cena, spiked him, mad time, spike, demolished John Cena. Well, I thought that night was the last time we would see John Cena in the ring. I really thought that was. And then since Crown Jewel, the man does nothing. Nothing. He does that to John Cena and Crown Jewel, and then they just don't build upon it. He just kind of plateaus. The John Cena win was supposed to knock him into a huge upgrade for his character, for his stature in the company, and he was just still the same Solo. That's a problem. You were given the opportunity to demolish arguably the greatest of all time. My greatest of all time, John Cena. And you did nothing with the ball after that. Now, after a while, we get to WrestleMania 40. Roman Reigns loses to Cody Rhodes. I was present for that. One of the best nights I've ever had in my life. And then, because Roman lost and Roman goes away to come back at some point soon, Solo decides he's now the tribal chief. Because technically, Roman, this was already said in Bloodline lore, this was already said that Solo was supposed to be next up. I have no problem with that. My problem is this. He can be next up all he wants. But you have to present him in a way to where he's just not being thrown in the kingdom and he's not ready for the kingdom. Solo has been walking around saying, I'm the tribal chief, and I haven't believed it yet because he hasn't done anything besides do what Roman was doing in like the last few months of his run. Just telling people to go do his dirty work. It doesn't help that they don't really let him talk in a way I feel would be more authentic to him. He just has to talk in the same way that Roman used to talk. And he doesn't have the charisma of Roman Reigns, so it doesn't come off the right way. You can tell that it seems like they have a Roman Reigns script and they're just saying, hey, Solo, read this. Play Roman Reigns. It seems like he's trying to cosplay Roman Reigns right now. He doesn't feel like himself. Solo Sikoa does not feel like Solo Sikoa. He feels like Diet Roman Reigns, and that's a bad thing. And the number one reason why that's a bad thing is because Solo has his own personality. He has his own thing that works. So why are you trying to make him a watered down version of Roman Reigns? Why? You don't have to do that. That's not needed at all. But you have him here. You have him doing all of these things. You have him making a complete army around him, possibly adding more members. I do think Jacob Fatu is a spy for Roman Reigns. I do not think he's going to be on Solo's side come War Games or whenever they do their big match, you know. I'm one of the people who think they should do it at Bad Blood because the show is literally called Bad Blood, you know. But War Games is always there for the War Games match, you know. But I just think that for this Bloodline 2.0 stuff to work, everyone has to play their role. And to me, the only two playing their role well are Jacob and Tamatanga. That's it. Tangaloa doesn't do anything, and Solo just feels like Diet Roman. And he doesn't have those capabilities yet, and that's okay. He may never get the capabilities of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns he's an anomaly, but that's cool. Make Solo an anomaly. Make Solo something that you can't miss. Don't just make him a watered down version of the guy who's not even here at the moment. That doesn't make any sense. And they're trying to get me hype for the Solo and Cody match at SummerSlam. I saw Cody beat Solo before Mania 39. Cody, I think, if my brain doesn't fail me, I believe Cody Rhodes was the first person to beat Solo Sikoa on the main roster. Excuse me. I believe Cody was the first one to beat Solo and break that undefeated streak. Because I remember when Cody won, I was like, hey, I think they're going to have Cody beat Roman now. Because why would you just have Solo lose and then Roman retains? At the time, it didn't make sense. It partially still doesn't make sense to me now, but whatever. The thing that made the OG Bloodline so interesting, even though I wasn't a fan of Roman Reigns being champion, I absolutely despised it. The one thing that always kept me interested is the way the four of them, well, the three of them. I'm taking Paul out at the moment, but Paul is the intricate part of it. And Sammy, and Sammy too. When they were at their peak, all of their charismas bounced off of each other. Jimmy was funny. Jay was angry at Sammy. Sammy was hilarious. Sammy was that adrenaline. Because if it wasn't for Sammy, the Bloodline would have fell into the point where the 2.0 is right now. Sammy came in there, saved it. Did some of the best work of his career. Maybe the best work of his career, just as far as character work goes. Led to one of the biggest face turns with the steel chair shot to Roman Reigns. Probably one of the biggest pops I've heard in my life. Got a championship match out of it, you know. Jimmy and Jay, arguably the greatest tag team of all time. Paul Heyman, the greatest manager of all time, bar none. That stable in itself. Beyond, let's look past the titles, look past the pyro and the entrance, just them talking in the locker room. It was entertainment every single time. And I tell you, I despised Roman Reigns in how long he was champion. But you cannot ignore the charisma of every person in that room. And how they made every one of those segments feel like the most important thing, to the point where I remember I pitched sometimes during SmackDown, we should just have a Roman Reigns cam in the locker room so we can just see how he's reacting to the show. Because it was great. I don't want to see how Solo's reacting to SmackDown. I don't care. Because he's boring. Tangaloa I don't know what he does. Tamatanga is not boring. He's a little directionless. Jacob Fatu is the farthest from boring. He's my favorite. So this group of four is like 2.5 to me. That's what it feels like. And I don't think it should. You know, I think this group has potential. This group can be something bigger, but they're just, for some reason, is not connecting. And maybe it's a me thing. If it's a me thing, let me know. I don't think it's a me thing though, because I asked people and they also feel the exact same, mainly about Solo. And I don't want to blame Solo as much as I blame creative, because it's like, bruh, you had a gimmick with him. Shawn Michaels had a gimmick with him, or whoever, Vince, Bruce, whoever was running NXT at the time. I don't really know, for real. They had an idea, and it worked. And y'all dropped it so he could just become Roman Reigns' backup dancer. And it worked for match quality, you know what I'm saying? He helped Roman win a lot of matches. He did Roman's dirty work for him. You need that. But now when it's time for him to be the new person and step into this role of Roman Reigns before Roman gets back, it's not happening. So, y'all let me know. How do you feel about the Bloodline 2.0? I'm not a fan. I really hope Roman and Jimmy Uso come back, because I need some entertainment in this storyline, because when I see them, I just get bored. And I shouldn't get bored. The only person I care about, like I said, only person I care about is Jacob Fatu. Everything he does says I'm locked in. The rest of them don't care. And I know they can fix it. It's just a matter of will they. So, but yeah, man, y'all let me know how you guys feel about it. If you guys like this video, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. If you have not already, comment down below what kind of video I'm making next. Man, stay safe, drink water. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video, man.